Well, hello, shalom. Welcome back to the Daily Bread, part 172. We'll be reading Deuteronomy chapter 31, Isaiah chapter 32, Psalms 20, Proverbs 21, and 2 Corinthians chapter 8. We'll be in the book, the Scriptures 2009 version, Deuteronomy 31 on page 219. And Moshe went and spoke these words to all Israel. And he said to them, I am 120 years old today, and I am no longer able to go out and come in. And Yahweh has said to me, you do not pass over the Jordan. Yahweh your Elohim himself is passing over before you. He shall destroy these nations from before you, and you possess them. Joshua, Yehoshua, himself is passing over before you, as Yahweh has spoken. And Yahweh shall do to them as he did to Sihon and to Og, the sovereigns of the Amorites, and their land, when he destroyed them. And Yahweh shall give them over to you, and you shall do to them according to all the command which I have commanded you. Be strong and courageous. Do not fear, nor be afraid of them, for it is Yahweh, your Elohim, who is going out with you. He does not fail you, nor forsake you. And Moshe called Yehoshua, Joshua, and said to him, before the eyes of all Israel, be strong and courageous, for you are going with this people to the land which Yahweh has sworn to their fathers to give them, and you are to let them inherit it. And it is Yahweh who is going before you. He himself is with you. He does not fail you, nor forsake you. You do not fear, nor be discouraged. Do not fear, nor be discouraged. And Moshe wrote this Torah and gave it to the priests, the sons of Levi, who bore the ark of the covenant of Yahweh, and to all the elders of Israel. And Moshe commanded them, saying, at the end of 7 years, at the appointed time, the year of release, at the festival of Sukkot, shelters, booths, when all Israel comes to appear before Yahweh your Elohim in the place which he chooses, read this Torah before all Israel in all hearing. Assemble the people, and the men, and the women, and the little ones, and your sojourn who is within your gates, so that they hear, and that they learn to fear, that they fear Yahweh your Elohim, and guard to do all the words of this Torah. And the children who have not known it should hear it and learn to fear Yahweh your Elohim, as long as you live in the land you are passing over the Jordan to possess. And Yahweh said to Moshe, see, the days have drawn near for you to die. Call Yehoshua, Joshua, and present yourselves in the tent of appointment, so that I command him. And Moshe and Yehoshua, Joshua, went and presented themselves in the tent of appointment. And Yahweh appeared in the tent of appointment, in the tent, in a column of a cloud. I'm sorry. And Yahweh appeared at the tent in a column of a cloud, and the column of a cloud stood above the door of the tent. And Yahweh said to Moshe, see, you are about to sleep with your fathers, and this people shall rise and whore after mighty ones of the foreigners of the land in the midst in which they shall enter, and forsake me, and break my covenant which I had made with them. Then my displeasure shall burn against them in that day, and I shall forsake them, and conceal my face from them, and they shall be consumed. And many evils and distresses shall come upon them. And it shall be in that day, it is not because our Elohim is not in our midst that these evils had come upon us. And I shall certainly conceal my face in that day, because of all the evil which they have done. For they shall turn to other mighty ones. And now write down this song for yourselves, and teach it to the children of Israel. Put it in their mouths, so that this song is to me for a witness against the children of Israel. And I shall bring them to the land flowing with milk and honey, of which I swore to their fathers, and they shall eat and be satisfied and be fat. Then they shall turn to other mighty ones, and they shall serve them, and scorn me, and break my covenant. And it shall be, when many evils and distresses come upon them, that this song shall answer before them as a witness. For it is not to be forgotten in the mouths of their seed. For I know their thoughts which they are forming today, even before I bring them to the land for which I swore to give them. And Moshe wrote this song the same day, and taught it to the children of Israel. And he commanded Joshua, son of Nun, and said, Be strong and courageous, for you are to bring the children of Israel into the land of which I swore to them, and I myself with you. And it came to be, when Moshe had completed writing the words of the Torah in the book until their completion, that Moshe commanded the Levites who bore the ark of the covenant of Yahweh, saying, Take this book of the Torah, and you shall place it beside the ark of the covenant of Yahweh your Elohim, and it shall be there as a witness against you. For I myself know your rebellion and your stiff neck. See, while I am still alive with you today, you have been rebellious against Yahweh. Then how much more than after my death? Assemble unto me all the elders of your tribes and your officers, so that I speak these words in their hearing, and call the heavens and the earth to witness against them. For I know that after my death you shall do very corruptly, and turn aside from the way which I have commanded you. And evil shall come upon you in the latter days, because you do what is evil in the eyes of Yahweh, to provoke him through the work of your hands. Moshe spoke in the hearing of the assembly of Israel all the words of the song till their completion. Moving on to Isaiah chapter 32. On page 438. See, a sovereign shall reign in righteousness, and rulers rule in right ruling. And each one shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a place of concealment from the downpour, as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in the weary land. And the eyes of those who see are not dim, and the ears of those who hear listen. And the heart of the rash understand knowledge, and the tongue of the stammerers hurries to speak plainly. The fool is no longer called noble, nor the scoundrel said to be respectable. For a fool speaks folly, and his heart works wickedness, to practice filthiness, and to speak against Yahweh. That which misleads, to starve the being of the hungry, and to withhold the drink from the thirsty. And the methods of the scoundrel are evil. He has devised wicked plans to destroy the poor with words of falsehood, even when the needy plead for right ruling. But the generous one devises what is generous, and by generous deeds he rises up. Rise up, you women who are at ease. Hear my voice. Rise up, you complacent daughters. Listen to my speech. In a little more than a year you shall be troubled, your complacent woman. For the grape harvest shall fail. The ingathering shall not come. Tremble, you women who are at ease. Be troubled, you complacent ones. Strip yourselves, make yourselves bare, and gird sackcloth on your waists. Lament upon the breasts of the pleasant fields for the fruit-bearing vine. Weeds and thorn bushes come up over the ground of my people, indeed over all the houses of joy, the city of revelry. For the place is abandoned, the crowded cities deserted. Hill and watchtower serve as caves forever, a joy of wild donkeys, a pasture of flocks, until the Spirit is poured upon us from on high, and the wilderness shall become garden land, and the garden land be reckoned as a forest. Then the right ruling shall dwell in the wilderness, and righteousness remain in the garden land. The work of the righteous shall be peace, and the service of righteousness be rest and safety forever. And my people shall dwell in a home of peace, and in safety dwelling places, and in safe dwelling places, and undisturbed resting places. Even when hail shall fall, felling the forest, and the city be brought low in humiliation. Blessed are you who sow beside all waters, who send out the foot of the ox and the donkey. Psalms 20 on page 656. Yahweh does answer you in the day of distress. The name of Elohim of Jacob does set you on high. He does send you help from the set-apart place, and does uphold you from Zion. He does remember all your offerings, and does accept your sending offerings, Salah. He does give you according to your heart, and fills all your plans. We sing of your deliverance, and in the name of our Elohim we set up a banner. Now I know that Yahweh shall save his anointed. He answers him from his set apart heavens. With the saving might of his right hand, some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we remember the name of Yahweh our Elohim. They have bowed down and fallen, but we have risen and are established. Save Yahweh, let the sovereign answer us in the day we call. Proverbs 21. The sovereign's heart is a channels of water. In the hand of Yahweh he turns it wherever he wishes. All a man's ways are right in his own eyes, but Yahweh weighs the hearts. To do righteousness and right ruling is more acceptable than Yahweh than a slaughter to Yahweh than a slaughtering. A haughty look, a proud heart, the lamp of the wrong or sin. The plans of the hard worker lead only to plenty, but all rash haste only to poverty. Gaining treasures by a lying tongue is a fleeting vapor, heading for death. The spoil of the wrong catches them, because they refuse to do right ruling. The way of the guilty man is perverse, but as for the innocent, his work is right. It is better to dwell in the corner of the roof than a house shared with a contentious woman. The desire of the wrong is to set upon evil. His neighbor finds no favor in his eyes. When the scoffer is punished, the simple is made wise. But when the wise is instructed, he receives knowledge. The righteous one understands the house of the wrong, and he overthrows the wrong for their evil. Whoever shuts his ears to the cry of the poor, let him also cry and not be heard. A gift in concealment subdues displeasure, and a bribe in the bosom strong wrath. To do right ruling is joy to the righteous, but ruin to the workers of wickedness. A man who strays from the way of understanding rests in the assembly of the dead. He who loves pleasure is a poor man. He who loves wine and oil does not become rich. The wrong of a ransom for the righteous, and the treacherous for the straight. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and vexed woman. Desirable treasure and oil are in a dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man swallows it up. He who pursues righteousness and loving commitment finds life, righteousness, and esteem. A wise one scales the city of the mighty and brings down the trusted stronghold. Whoever guards his mouth and tongue guards his life from distresses. Proud, haughty, scoffer is his name. He acts with arrogant pride. The desire of the lazy man slays him, for his hands refuse to work. He covets greedy all day long, but the righteous gives and does not withhold. The slaughtering of the wrong is an abomination. How much more when he brings it with wickedness? A false witness perishes, but the man who obeys speaks forever. A wrong man hardens his face, but as for the straight, he establishes his way. There is no wisdom or understanding or counsel against Yahweh. The horse is prepared for the day of battle, but the deliverance is of Yahweh. 2 Corinthians chapter 8 on page 1125. Now, brothers, we make known to you the favor, the blessing of Elohim, which has been given in the assemblies of Macedonia. That in much trial or of pressure, the overflowing of their joy and their deep poverty overflowed into the riches of their generosity. Because I bear witness that according to their ability and beyond their ability, they gave voluntarily, begging us with much urgency for the favor, blessing of taking part in this service to the set apart ones, and not as we had expected. They gave themselves first to the master, and then to us by the desire of Elohim, that we should urge Titus, that as he had begun, so he would also complete this kind gift in you as well. But as you excel in every way, in belief and in speech and in knowledge, in all diligence, and in your love for us, that you should excel in this gift as well. I speak not by command, but I am proving the genuineness of your love, by the eagerness of others. For you know the favor, blessing of our Master Yeshua, Messiah, that being rich, he became poor for your sake, so that you might become rich through his poverty. And this I give an opinion. And in this I give an opinion. It is to your advantage not only to be doing what you began and were desiring to do a year ago, and now also complete the work, that as there was readiness in desiring it, so there also should be a completion out of what you have. For if the readiness is present, it is well received according to what one has, not according to what one does not have. Not, however, that others should be eased and you be hard pressed, but by fair sharing, that now at this time your plenty for their need, so that their plenty might also be for your need, that there might be fair sharing. As it has been written, he who gathered much did not have much, and he who gathered little had not less. But thanks to Elohim, who puts the same eagerness for you into the heart of Titus, because he received the appeal indeed, but being more eager when he went to you of your own accord. And we sent with him the brother, whose praise is in the good news through all the assemblies. And not only so, but who was also chosen by the assemblies to travel with us with this gift that is administered by us to the esteem of a master himself, and your ready mind, avoiding this, that anyone should blame us in this generous gift which is administered by us. For we provide what is right, not only in the sight of Yahweh, but also in the sight of men. And we sent with them our brother, whom we have often proved eager in many ways, but now much more eager because of the great resilience with which we have in you. As for Titus, he is my partner and fellow worker for you. As for our brothers, they are messengers of the assemblies, the esteem of Messiah. Therefore show to them the proof of your love and of our boasting on your behalf and in the presence of the assemblies. Shalom. Make it a great day. Read your Bible and talk to the Father.